Hey, it's Whitney Morales again, and today I'm going to talk about tests for phrases. What are tests for phrases and some definitions and examples? So let's get started. We have the substitution and ellipsis test. Substitution and ellipsis are kind of similar. They are devices that are used to avoid unnecessary repetition of words, phrases, clauses in speech and writing. We have some examples. The first one is the substitution. This one consists of replacing a word or phrase with another one. So we have examples of substitution. Substitution with personal pronouns. Here, the first one says, Jenny loved baking so much that she decided to master it as a pastry. Here I am replacing she and it. I'm replacing the noun Jenny and baking by she and it. Now, substitution with quantifiers. We can use quantifiers like some, all, none, enough, each, a few, both, other, neither, and either to substitute nouns and phrases. Like the following example, a lot of young ladies applied to the airline to be part of the cabin crew members. Only a few passed the whole process while others did not. Here, a few and others replace young ladies in the phrase. So I understand that only some of the or a few of the young ladies passed while others of them didn't pass. Now, substitution with a verb phrase. We can use do, so, eat, and that to replace a verb phrase. Like in the following example, I didn't like the movie, but everyone else did. I'm not saying I didn't like the movie, but everyone else did like the movie. Instead, I'm just using did. If your main goal is to lose weight, you can do so with the help of a personal trainer and a professional nutritionist. Again, do so is replacing to say it again using the verb phrase to lose weight. Now, we have the second ellipsis test. There are two different kinds of ellipses, the situational and the textual. The situational ellipsis is where the situation or context makes the missing element clear. It's mostly used in informal conversation. So maybe we have heard in movies sometimes that they don't say the whole thing, like, would you like a cup of coffee? They just say coffee. So if you are with a native speaker, sometimes say coffee, we understand that he is asking us if we want some coffee. Or are you coming tonight? Can be just coming tonight, or sometimes they don't say, is she coming? Sometimes they just say, she coming? So this is more informal. But now we have the textual ellipsis. This has more grammatical rules and can be found in both speech and writing. It is as when we omit something that has already been mentioned, so it doesn't need to be repeated, or when what is missing is clearly recoverable from the text. We have examples of ellipsis omitting a noun. Here, I went to my favorite pastry and ordered Oreos and cream cheesecake. I am omitting here the noun I. Now, ellipsis omitting a verb. We can omit a verb to avoid repetition. Like sensibility describes women's character and strength men's personality. I'm not saying describe twice. Now, ellipsis omitting infinitives. We use ellipses on infinitives to omit its complement. Like, is Lily coming today? She doesn't want to. I'm not saying she doesn't want to come today. Now, ellipses can be used at the beginning. Instead of saying the mayor isn't here, we can say mayor isn't here. Now, transposition and coordination. The transposition or movement test. If a group of words can be moved as a single unit to a different position within the sentence, they constitute a phrase. We have this example. Mary waited at the corner. At the corner, Mary waited. Here, the only that changed was the order, so we moved, we transported, but the meaning of the phrase is the same, didn't change. Transposition can be used on active and passive clauses. We have an example. In the active, Mary and Susan bought cupcakes to the principal every Mother's Day. If we change it to the passive voice, cupcakes were bought to the principal every Mother's Day by Mary and Susan. Again, the only that changed was the order, but the meaning of the phrase didn't change. It wasn't affected. Now we have the last one, coordination test. If a group of words can be joined to another group of words by a conjunction such as and or that, they constitute a phrase. So, like this. Henry went to the store and bought a new TV. Here I have two different phrases, and the conjunction and is helping me to make a whole. We have planned our trip to Italy for years, but because of lockdown, we have to postpone it. Again, I have two different phrases, and the conjunction but is helping me to make a whole. So, in conclusion, what we can say is tests for phrases help us to understand why the arrangement of words into phrases or clauses are made up. Sometimes, for foreigners that are not native speakers of English and they are studying, can be confused because sometimes we see that the order of the words are changed, or maybe they omit something like a verb, like a verb phrase. So these help us to understand it better in an analytical way. Hope this video like it and it's useful for you, and I see you the next time.